Spam is everywhere, but how much do you really know about the world's most ubiquitous mystery meat? From turning the tide in World War II to saving the population of Hawaii, here's a look at what you should really know about Spam. There are plenty of guesses to what Spam actually stands for. Something posing as meat, specially processed American meat, slimy processed anemic mucus? But the real answer is even more mysterious. Nobody actually knows. According to the official Spam website, the truth was probably only known to a few former Hormel executives, but considering Spam was invented way back in 1937, the secret is probably lost to us forever. We do know how it was named, though. According to Nito-Rama, Jay Hormel threw a party and told guests they'd each get a free drink if they wrote down a potential name for the new canned meat. One of the partygoers blurted out the name Spam, and the rest is history. Though Spam is considered the king of the mystery meats, it's actually no mystery at all. In fact, Spam only contains 6 simple ingredients: pork, water, sugar, potato starch, sodium nitrate, and, as anyone who's ever eaten Spam can tell you, a whole heck of a lot of salt. How much? A single 2-ounce serving of Spam contains 790 milligrams of sodium, equal to a third of your entire daily recommended intake. Add in 16 grams of fat per serving, and you have some idea why Spam isn't exactly considered a health food. The fact that Gordon Ramsay has a negative opinion of something isn't exactly breaking news.
I could cry. What a joke. Wow.
But he has a special place in his black heart for Spam. On an episode of the British television series Hotel GB, Ramsay recalled a dish from his childhood, saying that his dislike for the canned meat is what led him to the kitchen. Sliced, disgusting Spam. Did you grow up with that stuff? I did. I had Spam every Friday night. I decided to cook for a living to stop eating so much. Tell us how you really feel, Gordon. Soldiers on the front couldn't always get home cooking, but during World War II, Hormel shipped tens of millions of cans of Spam overseas to feed the Allied troops. Many of them got sick of eating Spam all the time, but despite that, Spam's contributions to the war effort were widely praised. Former Soviet Premier Nikita Khrushchev wrote in his memoir, "There were many jokes going around in the army, some of them off-color about American Spam. It tasted good, nonetheless. Without Spam, we wouldn't have been able to feed our army. We had lost our most fertile lands." And after the war, General Dwight D. Eisenhower wrote to a Hormel executive, "I ate my share of Spam along with millions of other soldiers. I'll even confess to a few unkind remarks about it, uttered during the strain of battle, you understand. But as former commander-in-chief, I believe I can still forgive you your only sin, sending us so much of it." High praise for such a loathed product.
One of the most beloved staples of Hawaiian cuisine, of course, is this guy.
Spam?
Oh, they're big Spam.
Are you serious?
Following the end of World War II, the US government placed restrictions on Hawaii's deep-sea fishing industry, which was largely worked by Japanese Americans. Food historian Rachel Loudon told Eater, "Unlike the mainland, they couldn't intern all the Japanese in Hawaii. The economy would have collapsed. Because islanders were no longer allowed to fish, one of the important sources of protein for the islands vanished. Without one of their main sources of protein, the population of Hawaii was in grave danger, but they were saved thanks to a huge influx of Spam, which also contributed to fending off starvation in war-ravaged Korea and Japan. To this day, Spam remains insanely popular in Hawaii, with residents eating more than 7 million cans each year.
A new poll says Hawaii is the happiest state. I think I know why.
Monty Python's notorious 1970 Spam sketch not only turned the canned meat into a pop culture phenomenon, it also led to the coining of the term Spam in reference to unwanted email. According to Hormel's old website, use of the term Spam was adopted as a result of the Monty Python skit in which a group of Vikings sang a chorus of spam, spam, spam in an increasing crescendo, drowning out other conversation. Hence the analogy applied because UCE, unsolicited commercial email, was drowning out normal discourse on the internet. Hormel has been a good sport about it all, though, even releasing a special edition can of Spam for the Broadway debut of Monty Python's Spam-A-Lot musical.
Could I have egg, bacon, spam and sausage without the spam? Ugh.
Spam is an easy target for jokes, but the numbers prove that plenty of people actually love it. Since its introduction in 1937, over 8 billion cans of Spam have been sold around the world, with 15 varieties offered in 44 countries. Guam leads the way in Spam consumption, with the average citizen eating 16 cans per year. So how does Hormel keep up with that kind of demand? Technology. Hormel processes Spam in 8,000-pound batches thanks to a special oven that can simultaneously cook 66,000 cans of Spam. That kind of volume allows Hormel to produce an astonishing 350 cans of Spam every single minute.
Pork shoulder and ham meat are taken from this picnic boning line and used for the manufacture of Spam, the most popular luncheon meat in the country.
But the number that really shows how much people love Spam is 1, which is how many times someone has created a cocktail using Spam. Chicago's Duck Inn designed the Spam Mai Tai, which uses baked Spam to infuse rum with that signature canned meat flavor. All we can say is, drink up.